Hey, my wonderful, wonderful people, a pleasant morning to you. Beautiful people, I saw the video with TJ and Moya. Let me tell you something. Beautiful people. Boy, that could not have been my brother, friend, colleague, a good colleague I'm talking about now, or some sort of relative to me. I would not just allow it to go down like that, and I would not take matters in my own hands. Honestly speaking, I will follow the laws of the land. I would, but I also will follow the laws of God. Let me tell you something. I would have gone on in a prayer and fasting. That would not go down like that. That would not go. That act was evil and wicked. I couldn't believe when I saw the men stomping up on the youth like that. Stomping up. They could have killed him. They could have gotten rid of him. They could have annihilated him. That is beyond evil. It is beyond a travesty of justice. It is more than breaking the law. The man was helpless because it's a few of them on him. And people were talking about, I didn't hear any voice note, but you know, somebody said to me they heard a voice note where something said, just, you know, if somebody can't box him up from a known, I mean, what you call it, their businessman, producer, whatever it is that he is. Somebody that I don't know if I should say I still have respect for. If really this is because of you, what kind of atrocity I would call that is that? And the girlfriend, kudos to you, darling, big up to you. And that's good to see that you defend your boyfriend. That's very good. But you have to be careful. You hear, ladies? I still will have to give a caution in this. You know, you have to remember that physically men are stronger than women. So 8 to 9 out of 10 times, if a woman gets into a physical altercation, and notice I said 8 to 9, maybe 8, but definitely it's not under 8 times. If that man's strength comes out on you, ladies, trust me, it will be problematic. I don't encourage women to physically fight a man. If you have to defend yourself in terms of, you know, unfortunately to the point of not being here, if it is for a good cause or so, I can understand that. Because sometimes, unfortunately, people have to become martyrs. You have to, you know, for truth, reality, and justice. You know, I'm not talking about if somebody breaks into you and you have no choice but to defend yourself as best as you can. Of course, without a doubt. But be careful of just, you know, you have to watch it. You know, because I saw the interview with the young lady. And I even heard somebody was saying that, you know, every time her boyfriend sees her, she's crying because she's traumatized. I don't think men understand that women are not built for that. That is why the Bible says, husbands, don't embitter your wives. Don't abuse them. Don't be harsh with them. Because your prayers will be hindered. You think... that is why you don't understand how traumatic it is for the woman. Emotionally and psychologically. You know? Big up to her. You know, she says she's going to, and I respect her holding down. Rarely do you see a public show of affection in that sense where women defend somebody. They have that loyalty and devotion. I'm not saying that you don't have it. And for the man who had no qualms in hurting her, because you have some men, no matter how incensed or infuriated they are, no matter how angry, once a woman is in the picture, they pull back. They have enough control. They have enough sensibility in their right state of mind. But because many of you men have no respect for women, you have no respect for women, no respect for children. You don't have respect for the human species. When I saw them basically ganging the guy and stomping upon him, I said, "Ups, that could not have been." God says, I wouldn't try to fight anybody. Because I trust in God's words. When he says, vengeance is mine, I will repay. I would leave you into the hands of God, but me not telling a lie. And I'm going to have some prayer and fasting for your transformation. Because I would want your soul to be damned. But you have to pay the piper. You would have to face some consequences, or you would never learn. You'd never become a better human being or transformed or changed. It doesn't work like that. You don't physically try to destroy somebody like that and expect that life must just be hunky-dory. It won't be. Because this TikTok thing has gotten way out of hand. You see the verbal wars, the combative wars that have been going on, and now it has reached a physical altercation that could have gotten rid of the fellow. And it damaged the young lady, because I saw her, a few little interviews with her, or her lives. She was speaking on them. And she was showing a cut on her arm. I don't know if she fell down, because I heard she got, you know, physically, there was some physical altercation. She was attacked in a sense. It's beyond a travesty of justice. This is beyond crazy. So people just feel like they can operate. Let me tell you, the only being that has power is Jehovah God. Is Jesus Christ himself. You hear what I tell you? No matter how much you think you have power, you don't. You may get away for a time. Only but for a time. You will get away only but for a time. But you have to face the laws of God. You have to face the laws of God. When I sat, I said, oh my God, my heart went out for the fellow. When I saw them stomping upon him. When I saw them stomping up on him. Like he was just a piece of, like nothing, like a piece of rag. My God, that's beyond evil. What is this that is going on in our country? What is this? We're having no respect for people. Let me tell you something. The wrath of God is slow, but it is sure. And if these things come in the twinkling of an eye without you even knowing, you will just see a sudden destruction, you know. Sometimes you wonder when you see these things happening to people, it's because of things like these. That's evil. How can you look at a human being and stomp upon a human being like that? Eh? And when you hear the reasons behind it, it's ridiculous. It is not anything that worth anything like that. Nothing is worth it, but you know what I'm saying. The reason is futile. It's ridiculous. It's puerile, I should say. Not futile. Puerile. It is... It has no weight. It is baseless and weightless. You think it's a piece of rotten meat? Or nothing that you're stomping. It's a human being. And one of the reasons why I kind of, you know, I will have a little respect for that guy, TJ. I remember hearing him saying to somebody, listen, I don't run the Jesus joke, you know. Don't. And he was asking somebody kindly and respectfully. He said, I'm going to ask you, please, like we're playing a match, do not run the Jesus joke. Like you seemingly like you're trying to disrespect Jesus. And I said, you know what, I respect a man like that who honors God. I don't need to know anything about him. I hear things. It doesn't matter to me where that is concerned. I'm not God. God is his judge. I am not his judge. And whenever more than once I've heard him telling different people, say, I don't run it. I do, because he understands who God is. God is, you don't joke around with God. God can never be mocked. God can never be mocked. And I will respect a man who respects God. I will respect a man or woman who respects God. Because it means, therefore, there are certain things he or she will not do. Because as the word says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, is the beginning of knowledge, is really the beginning of understanding of life and your own mortality. You cannot break part B of the first commandment and expect that God will not hold you accountable. Expect that God will not hold you accountable. How dare you people? How dare you? I couldn't believe the video that I saw. And Moya, my darling, just pray to God. You know, you have to go through this moment. It's not easy. It is not easy. It is not easy, but just go through it and be careful moving forward. You know, defend where you need to. You know, use wisdom in your defense. And in your defending, just use wisdom. Because the reality is men are physically stronger. So you have to kind of keep that in the back of your mind. You know? You have to keep that in the back of your mind. Because it would not even serve any purpose if something negative were to happen to you. It is a sad state of affair. What is going, but I hope the laws of the land comes into play and deal with the situation the right way. It doesn't matter who is in a big wig or a small wig, that it is dealt with right. If not, I guarantee you the laws of God will come in. Guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. No, a time for me get one of them lion there now, you know. Time now.